Alright, hello, and welcome back. Hello there, Neon, how's it going? Alright, let's see, where did I leave off? Oh, I have 3 skill points, actually. Let's see. What do I want to get? I wanted to get another volition, I guess. And maybe Now I have 2 in there. Oh, just sadness and that's how it usually goes. Let's see, logic, maybe an authority. No, physical instrument. They won't. Let's see. Maybe just an endurance. That should be good for now. Oh wait, so this gives me stats. What does this give me? What changes? It doesn't directly say what it gives me. I just have to keep hitting this. And see what it does. Gives me a spray to core, Inland Empire. That... Oh, it gives me plus 2 to Inland Empire. Okay. That's good then. I guess I'll just keep that. Don't think these give me anything. Alright, keep those equipped. Oh, hello, Vio. How's it going? Oh, it's it's going for me. Gotta adjust my clothes here. Let's see, what do I want? Okay, I don't need that. Okay, my gloves. Keep the electrochemistry. I don't have any other shoes. The shirt. Let's see. Oh yeah, the frog hat. My favorite. Alright, let's see, what are my other tasks here? I have until 2100 where I have 2 hours until I have to meet the, smoker on the balcony. Find out who I guess I have to talk to the racist guy again about the lady driver. Let's see, a foreign car kept in good condition. Oh, well that's good. I hope you feel better soon there, Vio. Grodd Factory of Magnets and Miracles, U-49. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grodd-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. Look in the window. Oh, I leveled up. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. Smell. The fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor mixes with cigarette residue. What kind of stickers and insignia? The driver has adorned this space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rearview mirror. A pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. Oh no. Oh. And what about the back seat? The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. Oh no. Is this Ron DeSantis's lorry?
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
We're gonna need it. Thanks. Thank you, Neon. Half-light. He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared racist lorryman? Anything over here? No.
Hello, compatriot. You have something to discuss?
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up. Where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Sealing didn't do it. Then why are you smirking? Just tell me which one's her lorry.
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So who does? You? So who does, the lady driver? Actually, we do. Tell me who the goddamn lady driver is.
No. He means la puta madre.
Inland Empire. The name sounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
For a moment, the lorryman is silent. Then he spits on the pavement. Cross your arms and nod. Who's La Puta? What are you doing, Kim? Let me handle it. Cross your arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
Say nothing. Wait, are we nothing?
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to touch a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends. The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. Esprit de corps. I've softened him up as best I could, and now it's on you to finish the job. Composure, be careful. This man's still got some fight in him. By the looks of it, it won't be easy to break him. Let's see. Half light. Very high, 97%. Let's see. Make him tell you what he knows. +1, Occidental Alliance. +2, Kim's Bluff. +1, saw you snooping cabin. +1, equisalerdry, the dice. Okay. Half-light. Men like this only respect two things, strength and fear. Kim is the best. Physical instrument. Time to turn up the volume. Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There, his voice grows smaller. As yours, I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of your life, you understand? I'm gonna put you in a cell with a giant kipped. You're gonna be bleeding kipped dick. You hear me? I've been to your fucking lorry. I know where it is. Point to it. I'm gonna burn it down. You hear me? What's your name, fuckhead? I'm gonna go to the police radio saying this guy told Madre to fuck off.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Empathy. It looks like you got his adrenaline up too. Wait, which one was it? Oh, it's this one. Abandoned lorry. This green Faln AZ, a contemporarian, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying.
Try to peek in the window. The glass on the side of the window is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers. Sight. Posters cover the small window in the back. You can't make out what's on them. Inland Empire. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too. Try the door handle. The door's locked. The handle looks shiny. It's like it's recently replaced. How are we going to get this open, Kim?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really? Good idea.
I don't know how good it is, but this investigation has taken long enough. We can't afford it to take any longer.
Smash the window. Not equip. I have to equip it. 72%. Success. Physical instrument. With a firm grip, you raise the pry bar. A glint of light, a catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Raise your secrets, Lorry Cabin. Smash it. Say, fuck the police, and then smash it. Say, welcome to Revachol, window, and smash it. I'm sorry. Smash it apologetically. The window shatters, and droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement.
Subtle.
Says the lieutenant as he sticks his hands in the window like a common car thief and then opens it. The smell of cigarette and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter on the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. Sight. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat, where the toolbox should be. Admire the posters. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films, from the 20s, the teens, and even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an Inguin attached right above the back seat. Perception smell. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy with a hint of ambrette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. Stop and wonder, what's that smell? The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably a Grenade number 5. Study the centerfold. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. Inland Empire. The feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps, and gentle tragedy. Electrochemistry. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know, but you can't put a finger on whom exactly? Enough of the posters. Examine the radio. It looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work. But the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need that many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here? Check the pedals. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like a few tools lying around. A hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Logic. Sandpaper adds extra grip. Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip. Do it grip?
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
He likes where this is going. Esprit de corps. Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself. One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Oh wait, the missing 8th Hardy here?
Looks like her, yes.
And she's also the one running the drug trade. What a handful. First the drug smuggling, now this. How deep does this rabbit hole go? Women. Shake your head, always up to something. Yeah, he quickly disregards your statement as another one of your neurotic outbursts. Those jerks, definitely. I think the entire union is involved. Maybe even all of Martinez look around suspiciously. Not necessarily. The lady driver could have kept the drug trade a secret. This would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Alright, let's see. Peel off the cover on the passenger seat. Voila. A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen. Oh, it did. Thank you. Why does it do this? Let's see. Thank you, view. Fold open the topmost map. You missed a Kim voice line, probably. I'm gonna have to restart the whole playthrough. This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. Oh no, it's Elon Musk, dear God. He's the murderer. There's another X on the off-ramp at the place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intake are marked with a circle. It looks like there's a scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. Shivers. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the mass of brown and red roofs that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield. Where does the road lead? Fold open the second map. To Curon. Through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris, Marie, and La Delta for work. While the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road. Fold open the second map. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, Old Military Hospital, right adjacent to the 41st Precinct. Inland Empire, no storm will ever drown Revachol. The great solution to the riddle of history. Shivers. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own. What is that sound? The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels lit by gaslights. Look at the third map. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. What does all this mean?
It means that the smugglers are secretly using the motorway to transport their goods and materials. They've infiltrated East Motor Tract, most likely. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Okay, where does this contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the besmerti behind it.
Besmerti? That sounds vaguely familiar.
The besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Ahora Masta. It's a dark parody.
Who do you think is behind
It's
this?
definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Half-light. Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there. Return the stack of papers under the seat.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later.
Let's see. The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie star looks silently by the pull-out toolbox and has a rubber handle worn from years of use. Pull out toolbox. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. Unfold the newspaper. It's an issue of Parapherique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. Pick up the note. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system. Pain threshold. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
As thoughts trails off. Push the box back. Close the door. Close the door to the rusty old lorry.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Suggestion. Hey, so we've been monitoring your internally, and now we know your capo type. Wait, there are capo types? Yes, guess which is yours. Cool cop, some kind of weapon cop. Sorry cop, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping I'm the apocalypse cop. That is only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again, you're the cool cop? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Empathy. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Won't the other capo types be jealous? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine, don't worry. Conceptualization. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual capo type from sorry to anything. I'm sorry, opt-in. Actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. Fucking they should be sorry. Suggestion. Yes, yes, impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up. No, I don't want to be the sorry cop. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. No, I'm really not sorry. Fuck off. Wow, okay, fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then. Half-Light. Check out the big balls on fire, cop. Oh yeah, I have to talk to Kim. Get back here, Kim.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Half-Light. Listening in on your calls between you and your station? A worrying prospect.
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
Esprit de corps. The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find. What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all this? So, it turns out this is connected to the Union. Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
I see. What about the movie posters?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Electrochemistry. Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role. A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Maybe the trader is some sort of cinephile. Could the film industry be involved?
Yes, well...
He doesn't say more. Esprit de corps. Unimportant? Turns out this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Okay, debrief over.
Debrief over, after you.
Let's see, I have about an hour left. Let's see, before it goes. It said I can talk to The Hardy Boys again. And then Joyce. And then I think it will be 2100, and I can go talk to the smoker on the balcony.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not seem particularly happy to see you. Let's see. Established is still 3%. Strange reaction of the bull. Discuss the 8th Hardy. Let's see. Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. Oh, me and Everett talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us?
It's a very mature guys. Everard sent word, right? Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp? I would never tell on someone. Let's change the subject. That's very mature.
Yeah, I heard him. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys, Hardy Boys. How may we assist you?
Let's see, I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprint. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grace?
Suggestion. No, the thunder is his. I'll leave it to the lieutenant. You're right, there's no local drug trade except you, point at Titus. No, do the honor. You've earned it, not to the lieutenant. Forget it. I knew they'd never own up to it. Back off. Leave it to Kim.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Let's see. This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off of poisoning your own people. Good idea. People are always going to do drugs. At least this way, you have some control over it. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I know for a fact that there's still plenty of drugs out there. And they're going up my nose.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? The stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man.
Twerking
The
to
place
peanuts.
is a paradise. And all thanks to Hardy Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing. She runs the thing, right?
My answer is fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all fours. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
There we go, talk to Joyce. The sea breeze carries more than salt. Meat. Not rotten, not fresh, grilled.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait, where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter, and I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
Aphrodite. The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries. What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do they need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Half-light. It'll be all of them. The decision is already made. You've made a mess here. I have to say, this is not Disco. Maybe the investigations can team up. You know, share resources and intelligence. Oh boy, is that not good.
It is very far from Disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
Half-light. Maybe a good bloodletting is just what Martinez needs. See, Kim, this is that great bloodletting I've been telling you about. Wash it nice and clean. I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing? Think the confrontation is inevitable.
It appears you found it, yes. And I'm not happy for you.
Alright, it's inevitable.
It doesn't have to be like this. Nameless, badgeless officer of the citizens' militia. One single, concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Let's see. What did I get? Trying to see. Joy's info on the lynching. Okay, plus experience. What can you tell me about Colonel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Inland Empire. Down a deep black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
I remember Blackwater changed their name to, like, Academy. That's the last one I remember. They've probably changed it again in the last few years again. With, Eric Prince or whatever. Honestly, probably in the next couple years, we're probably gonna see him come up again. In America.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Constellius? What? That's what they call it? Is Blackwater then Academy? Now it's whatever. Constellus. Well, they have to change their name to throw off the the scent of the war crime tribunals, to throw as much confusion as possible. Oh, hey there, Knight. How's it going? Seems like maybe the Colonel went a little native during the course of his duties.
I wouldn't go as far as to use that term, Detective.
No. Let's see, what? Going native? Okay, anything else?
Yes.
Rhetoric. Feels like there's a good response here, but you're not coming up with one. Carry on. Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoy drawing there.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company to tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Info from Kuno. What did the passing on... Oh, who did the passing on, then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Inland Empire. You'll meet her soon enough, you feel. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely. His service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret in her voice.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age. or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed, this matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining 2 mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Afterlight, you should show those meatheads exactly how savage you really are. We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Let's see. Logic, 97%. Where are these mercenaries? +1, sent by the Pines. +1, clothes didn't fit right. +2, didn't pass background check. Logic, one is obviously the scab leader. At the harbor gates, the one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They are keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers. One must be a goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
Let's see, one is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens, no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
Let's see, I had another question
I
for
hope
you.
I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
Seagulls squawk over the bay. Inland Empire, 5 days. Not more, maybe sooner.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now, can you tell me about these tattoos? Show her the photo. Oh, of course, it's one of those ones that isn't voiced. Of course, excuse my hesitation before. She reaches over the guard wire to take the photo, holds it in her hand. For about half a minute in silence. Sight. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression. Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly over the photo's surface. What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like blooms in a pattern.
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Inland Empire. Where is he now? This one is going nowhere but the morgue. I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. Nowhere. There is no soul.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
And she points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
Conceptualization. The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
A physical instrument. Challenge accepted. I say we do it. I need the information. Mark it down. Ask Mercs about tattoos. You're right. Not a good idea. Leave it off the schedule. No, ask them.
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Let's see. That's all for now. It's almost 4,300. Well, I'll just head up here and then look at the ledger until it's time. And just a door, nothing for you for here right now. Browse the white papers. They're not exactly white, they're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What is in there? What is in there? What are they about? Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwriting logs of investigations dating back to January 51 this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. Logic. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
That's a lot. This kind of caseload would explain your solved cases tally on the watermark. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I burned out all right. A nice brisk pace, the way I like it.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Esprit de corps. God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered paper dry in your hands. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. There was mention of a naming convention here. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. Conceptualization. A title, one may even say. One that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too. Yes, all caps. What is called the next world mural, another the square bullet hole murders, another yet the unsolvable case. More? Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location. The murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. A murder features prominently throughout. Half-light. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? Electrochemistry. Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those. Gets the blood pumping. It's going to take an effort to piece the case files together, but it can be done. Later, once you've done inspecting them up close. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of a naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
Yes, that's the one line. No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Commit to paper. Conceptualization. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. Kim, do you have a pen? The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. Two shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. Suggestion. It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really doesn't want to. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them. You know you have to give me one, right? That is how human society works, I believe. Can I have one? Fine, I'll just use this crappy pencil. Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you on the case files. Wow, he didn't. He left me hanging. Empathy. The threat has passed. He is thankful it has passed, and that he's gotten to keep both pens. You start scratching the tasks you've completed onto the paper with a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. Conceptualization. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sound across the paper. You're done, it seems to say, and you, and you. And a fuck you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now, all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man. The Furies at Home in the Mere. The Setting Sun. Shit on a Stick. Actually, I don't have one. The Furies at Home in the Mere.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also,
Oh, he furrows his brow.
could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
The Furies at Home in the Mirror thing is a reference to. There's a poem thing, like an excerpt of it at the beginning of the game by R.S. Thomas. The whole thing is the Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. Never think to surprise them. Your face approaching, ever so friendly, is the white flag they ignore. There is no truce with the Furies. The mirror's temperature is always at 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray. It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion, where gaspingly you partake in a shifting identity never your own. Conceptualization. Yes, yes. You know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please. No, it's gonna be the Furies at Home in the Mirror.
Furies. Yes,
Oh, I didn't know
don't
it. I've been trying to
I
memorize
have to be
it.
honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also,
I had it here on my phone because I've been trying to memorize it.
could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
No, it does it again. I wanted to name it that. No, I guess I have to name it the Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too.
No, I
The
have
Hanged
failed
Man.
you. I'm
Good,
sorry,
strong
Vio.
name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I should have just lied and been like, hey, yeah, I'm smart. I remembered it. The only the only like bullshit I remember is like Ezekiel 25:17 from Pulp Fiction. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger on those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. I'm done inspecting these. Close the files. Let's see. Logic. Can I read the case files now? Let's see. Well, I don't want to do that right now because I think it's exactly 2100. Perfect. Oh, he like spawned in front of me.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
And let's see. The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag of his cigarette. Oh yeah, I forget what it is. I think that's in Ezekiel as well, probably. We had to memorize like psalms and shit when I was young. I don't remember any of them, I don't think. Let's see. His slender fingers is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. Oh, hello there, Faye. Yes, we've gotten to the good part of the game. I can finally be closeted. Empathy. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. Electrochemistry. And his shirt is still unbuttoned. We found a key hidden under a stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
Yeah, the Bible's got some wild shit in it.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Let's see. That's what I'm aiming for, yes. Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up. I'm not gonna make things just right. I'm going to make them spectacular. Ignore his question. I was hoping to talk to you. To a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene. Spectacular.
Beautiful.
No, not the donkey. He says again, a nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
By the way, I'm really digging the view here. Point to the city skyline.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
The lieutenant whispers to you, shaking his head. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well, I'll talk to him, but first, I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. Proceed.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighborhood windows have lit up one by one. Sight. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Inland Empire. He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Composure. Something tells you you're never gonna talk to an individual this cool or mysterious again. Run where? But I just found you again. Go, if you must. I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time.
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
She lusted after their lovers, whose flesh is like the flesh of donkeys, and whose discharge is like the discharge of horses. Yeah, it was Ezekiel. It was only soon you'll get in 2517 in a few pages you'll get to the Pulp Fiction quote, which is not real, by the way. It's a fake Bible verse. Let's see. Shivers. A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club. Music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Yeah, whenever you tell Christians about some of the weird stuff in the Bible, they don't believe you.
Take care, all right?
He says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night. That's the end. He's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him. He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving Kim? There's something so different about him. I can't put my finger on it.
Different, of course.
His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? He's such a good listener. I like talking to him. There's something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves. He smells good. Why on earth does he smell so good?
He smells good.
The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. The lieutenant's like, I know what you are. That's weird, right?
He smells good, and that's weird.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life, then I want you inside of me.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep him from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Yeah, people don't read the Bible. This is just a wholesome Christian stream. The John Kennedy, the classic, a quarterly business magazine. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked in a pot. I am playing as the closeted cop. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. An old photo of the same apartment dated year '01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Let's see. Samaran conical hat. +1 logic. Super logical for a cop to wear this. -1 suggestion. Insensitive bachelor party vibes. This tiny cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of Samaran wisdom. Its straws sticking up like antenna. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around in this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Let's see. Party Dragon's Silk Robe. +1 to drama, become the dragon. +1 to electrochemistry, become an addict. In a strange bathing robe. This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blue features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The rear Seolites probably don't care. Wow, I'm looking fabulous now. Dave Rubin. No, Trump is gonna appoint you to a position in the White House, in the administration, if you if you wear this.
You have acquired the robe. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
He acknowledges it. Wow. Composure. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearance.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Suggestion. No, first, ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Half-Light. Yeah, let's fuck with him. Who does he think he is, assisting you? Point to the bed. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy. Point to the silk robe. Before we get to that, tell me about, how you got this beautiful silk robe.
Oh, yes. My friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from.
The Sunday
It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in front of the balcony. Half-Light. What was that? You were supposed to fuck with him, not compliment the decor. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed. You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Turn to the lieutenant. This is just the break we've been looking for.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Mayonnaise. Is it because you did it, Mr. Vederian? I don't know how you say that. I'm gonna butcher all of these French names. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
Oh, you probably didn't do it with Kim.
What do you mean, like in a play?
I don't know, I don't think I've ever done this without Kim. The lieutenant is already scribbling down notes.
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
Who were they? Can you just... Oh, yeah. How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
A lot less dialogue? Oh, no. The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number. Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
No, there must have been a giant Nephilim from the Hollow Earth. Okay, what happened next?
I went back inside.
Half-Light. Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
Are you sure at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
Oh, I can be racist. Were they Koikos, Kipts? Those funny squinting men? Oh no.
Those funny... Oh, officer. That kind of language is unbecoming of an officer of the RCM. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
When the moralist says even... It's like, wow, even that was fucking racist. What do you mean, nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
So tell me, get this straight. So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
You have to brush up on the Disco Elysium racism. It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
What's an official like you doing in Martinaise?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
The only thing Twitter is good for is learning all of the racist dog whistles to look out for. It's like, we're gonna have a lot of problems in the coming years with the amount of people who are just openly racist now. People are gonna become even more susceptible later on to dog whistles.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
The crypto-fascists will become more powerful as time goes on. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? So you're some kind of a bureaucrat. what is the international community? What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment.
Yeah, I've been hearing my co-workers say a bunch of insane shit over the last week. They're getting real bold.
Which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce.
Oh no. Well, Donald Trump is gonna come in and put a 20% tariff across the board on everything. That'll save the economy, surely. Surely this cannot backfire.
That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
Did you know the most searched thing on Google after the election was, what is a tariff? We're so fucked. Alright. You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Honestly, this is what the Democratic Party said is what the Sunday Frontier is saying about the economy, but Trump was like, I'm gonna fix it and reduce the price of bread and eggs. And then the Democrats were like, the price stability is it must not go below 2%. No, I'm good.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty.
Yeah, he's the EU standard.
Stability
yeah.
is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
Oh yeah, they cannot change my vote.
But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Oh, and then the really sad one is like, if my parents came here illegally, can I be denaturalized? That's the the extra sad one. You know what the real fucked up part is? Some people will, who their parents came here illegally, and then they had a kid, and their kid could just flat out not speak like the language where they're being deported to, and have never left the U.S. Oh, it's gonna be an absolute shit show in the coming years. I know. I've been wanting to drink. I've been trying to cut back. I haven't had any since the election. I've been trying to get healthy here, on a diet and exercising harder to make sure that I'm fit to fight in the new the new revolution. No, not really. Just trying to get in better health. Because soon places will just, well, actually it's already happening. Is places not accepting Medicaid anymore because they know it's about to be gutted. So I'm fucked. Anyway, okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
So, you're some kind of a bureaucrat.
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
What is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
Let's see. I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Sure. Do I have this? Okay. Oh, I do. There it is. There's the wide-eyed terror. Oh, I did see the, it was like a, a Twitter post is like, the MAGAs are not happy. They were expecting liberal tears, but all they got was wide-eyed terror. So, what is here, this... So what I'm hearing is that we're moral intern bitches? Oh, turn to Kim. So, we're actually working for the moral intern. That doesn't seem so bad.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Turn back to Sunday, friend. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
But why? Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Turn to Kim. Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me?
Composure. You managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
Esprit de corps, the lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors. But what is a normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Orangé, Sur-la-Clé.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
I have seen the the blue anon. The election was stolen by the Russian government like this. I do hope that they there's a liberal January 6th, only because it would be really funny. What about the rest of Revachol? Is it a part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
The sad copium, I know. Like, the people being like not all of the mail-in votes have been counted yet. There's still a few thousand. We can, if they're all for Harris, we can get it. Maybe. No.
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism?
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Yeah, I heard it. The true moralist.
Your full autonomy is important.
I choose number 3.
but it's an ongoing process.
That's the boot
Nothing
under the
happens
boot hill
overnight.
of capital.
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
We must establish a dictatorship of the proletariat. Tell me, we must seize the means of production. Leslie, tell me about Sur la Cliff.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes Revachol Sur la Cliff's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Taste, Jamrock, and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared the Sur la Cliff's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. No, it's Sweden, not the IKEA food. Tell me about Oran.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Epus. Which one of them is more Epus? Okay, but outside of Epus, what is Oran?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
Okay, can't you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
Alright there, Vio, you have a good night. About Iran, just tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
That's the trains running on time is actually a fascist dog whistle. If you didn't know that, if you ever hear somebody say that's it. I just want the trains to run on time is a reference to Mussolini. And saying like the citizens didn't care about the concentration camps as long as the trains ran on time. Enough business. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
But I think this guy is just a a moralist, an EU stand-in. Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
Oh, no. Is it?
That it's never going to happen. They entered
It's the Ukraine
negotiations
of
in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
It's the Ukraine of the Disco Elysium universe. What is this EPUS thing you keep talking about? But that doesn't tell me anything about Kedra itself. Is it warm, cold, something in between?
It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supramundi. Kedra is an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go. Maybe that's why my friend's menage decided to emigrate.
Actually, this might be Turkey, actually, what it's referring to. Yeah, it's probably Turkey with their... Kedra's, yeah. Bro thinks he's on the team. Every time I see Turkey sucking up to the EU. How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
Everyone wants to be in the EU, but no one wants to be in the EU. What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way. You're describing how the coalition occupied Rivashol.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
Let's see. You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry, who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
The EU with the EWW. EU. Maybe America can do its own Brexit, but half joins the EU. It's just like the America-exit. Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So, all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
Oh, it's open wide, all right. What are you doing in this apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
Oh, he says, raising his hand. Hearing. A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment. Waves crashing in the distance, the sound of sea below the window. I can hear the waves. Someone's baby is bawling its eyes out.
No, listen.
He says again, looking outside.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you've seen him around. He's a busy bee.
I had something
I'm
else
all
in mind.
ears, officer.
Thanks, that's all I need.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on. Why can't we talk later? I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take a look around the apartment and leave. Thanks for the heads up, but my work is done. Let's see.
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
Thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done.
Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't be the break you were looking for. Good luck with the investigation.
There, pretty sure I got. Oh. Don't think this gives me... Nope, nothing. Let's see, is there anything else I can do right now? Can't get that. I guess I could go to the pawn shop. Let's see, I need $20. How many? Okay, I'm good. And I could pawn a bunch of my clothes for stuff. I'll have to buy the boombox later. Probably buy that on the next day. I was gonna talk to the, what do you call it, the woman there. Let's see. The musty smell of a potato cellar in spring emanates from the air vent.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Oh yeah, I never cashed in the check. Oh yeah, I need to go do that. It's closed right now. I'll have to get it in tomorrow. See, yeah. 20 real for the night.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Half-light. How could anyone forget, asshole? Okay, I think I still have to wait a couple of minutes. Pretty sure I exhausted pretty much everyone's dialogue for today.
Oh, hello,
that I can
dear.
do right now.
There you are again.
Nope, that was all of them. I still need to wait another 5 minutes. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Oh, can I read the case files now? 92%. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41. Then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HBD 4 11 20 11 7 colon 00, the next world mural. Wait, HBD 4 1. Weren't those officer precinct? Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. And HBD? Every last alphanumeric in the file begins with it, and those are your case files. It's safe to say HBD are your initials. Harry Dubois, HBD. Inland Empire still feels like there's something missing from that. Let's see, the next world mural. Now, this one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight, on 1202, a graffitio, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a field real estate development called Grand Curon. The mural is enormous, 2 silhouettes, A man and a woman are kissing. The text, cut into their forms, reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged up with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The Graffitio crew is easy to track down. Only the Belles Lettres have the litterage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the Graffitio's artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it? The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. Read on. Oh, well, this actually uses a lot of the time slot. It's already 22:29. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite, organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options. Remove the mural, it is wrong. B. Keep the mural, it is right. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that true love is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted, and possibly even lobbied, to remove that thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Did someone ask, what do you believe in? Man with the smelly toilet ledger, what do you want to tackle next, or are you done? Oh, that's it. So, revisit this, put the files away. That actually uses a lot of time. It was almost like an hour. See you in the morning. Wait, he doesn't want his debrief? Hold on. Does he do a debrief on the second day? I guess not. No, I can't bother Kim. Oh, let me see. If I go on the balcony with it. No, I guess I don't remember if he does one on the second day. Hey, see you in the morning. The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting, but it's yours, you've earned it. Go to sleep. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep. The limbic system. Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. Why? It's your disgusting body, even though you're asleep. You feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety, but you cannot because of the pain. Pain threshold. And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. Empathy. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, "What did we ever do to you?" I'm sorry, cells. It's all me. It's my fault. It's all my system's fault. The system failed me. My body's worthless anyway, and no one does anything nice to it. And why might that be the case? What a love alights on such a bloated corpse to be? There are these are my just desserts. I will endure this pain with dignity. I thought I was on the express to the silence. I am an artist, and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention. I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. The ancient reptilian brain. Oh yeah, baby, frame your suffering as a masterpiece. Only one problem. No one's watching. It's boring, buddy. Boring as death. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. I could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Just get me out of here then, back to the other place. I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them. Human beings will always betray you. How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? To the great see-through world, the tenderness. Drama. Thou art honorable and just, sire. 'Tis the snakes who are vile, hissing in the grass. Endurance. Women. It's women. Look out for the women. They're oath breakers. Volition. Come now, humans have earned your trust, and you theirs. Limbic system. What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? And look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts. You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you. Women. Let's see. Let it, let it. But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe the shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll. Open your eyes.
Yes?
Okay, already joined my party. Let's see.
You look like shit.
Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
You look like shit, asshole. I don't look like shit. I know, it's intentional. The last couple of days have been rough. Looks don't matter, it's what's on the inside that does. I'm never going to get this case solved. You look like shit.
Wow, you seem stable and in control. Allow me to say, alcohol really seems to have had a positive effect on you. Now, what do you want?
His tone is impatient. Composure. Okay, so this guy's cool. He stands there like a statue. An angry statue. And he does not like you. Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Esprit de corps. It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them. Let's see, esprit de corps, 42%. There's something strange about this guy. Figure it out. +1. Called your station. Success. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him. Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life. From where? From another life?
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the...
He pauses.
To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
The 41st? The 57th? 69? I have to pick that. 9... What, 9... Yeah, 99,000... 99,999,999 ninth? Never mind. This is stupid. It's the 69. He seems to be observing you through the reflective glass of his eyewear. There's no reply. Perhaps repeat it. 69 again. There's nothing... Okay, it's gonna... repeating it gets no reaction from the man with sunglasses. Suddenly the world is very quiet. Even the howling wind outside sounds a bit embarrassed. Say it again. 69. Just... Okay, 41st.
Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Let's talk more about your hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned.
Okay.
Oh, the hypothetical 41? Yeah, let's fantasize about that. He blinks aggressively. I'm not busy. You're not busy. Let's just play around. So, what so what would our relationship in this alternate universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
Like partners in crime, or... you seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner. You seem like a bit of a drag, no offense, but I could do better. Kim's cooler than you.
I'm sure he's fucking flattered, but Kim is not part of this thought experiment. In this one, we're partners.
The lieutenant is silent. You seem like a cool guy.
Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
Okay, actually, you probably would cramp my style. No, you wouldn't cramp my style at all. Actually, I shouldn't have called you my partner. Kim's my partner. He's going to know.
I'm not your partner. This union is temporary.
My heart is broken.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off. When that happens, I suggest you take his advice.
He adds bitterly. The lieutenant merely bows his head in response. Do you have a crime to solve?
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Do you... Oh, wait, hold it. Who else is in your imaginary police station?
You're not going to believe this, but police officers.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lung.
Who is the far-out son of Lung?
Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you.
Want to tell me more about him or her?
Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I say, it's just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lung.
Yes, I am. Empathy. He's trying to protect you from further rough handling dished out by this sunglassed man. The son of Lung. Far out son of Lung. I can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
A far out son of Deep Throat. His gray eyes suddenly flash above the glass frames. They feel sad. Empathy. It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something, a gram of compassion in that sadness. Got some questions for you. I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like a prophet? A revolutionary? A sack of shit? I don't know, you tell me. Like a man down on his luck? I'm trying real hard here, man. A prophet.
Not the prophet shit again.
I got a trophy. The opener of the 8th seal. Warn them of the coming end 8 times. Half-Light. Who does this asshole think he is? A cop? Now will you answer some questions for me?
No.
Why not? Don't you have to? Fine.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now.
If I wasn't depressed.
I'm a guy that takes depressants, not pills, alcohol, because I can't handle the truth.
If you don't want to answer questions, maybe, you want to hear me say things?
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
He adopts a lighter tone. Authority. Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Reaction speed. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head. Okay, I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged. Okay, I'm doing this investigation, and it turns out he was shot and hanged.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting?
Basically, yes. Hey, why am I telling you this?
Okay, well...
He corrects his blonde wig. His hair. He corrects his hair. Hey, why am I telling you this?
I don't know. Why are you?
He gives you an odd look. Inland Empire. Who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow, bouncing these ideas off the man with sunglasses felt calming. Like, you've done it before. Physical instrument. You know what? It must be because he's buff. He looks like he works out, like he's got the devil on his back.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Let's talk about the hanged man again.
Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. You think he was hanged as... I don't know.
Same
Oh
stuff.
my god, there's more.
Oh my god, there's
You
more.
want... Watch out
See
for
you around.
yourself, loser.
Oh. Hearing. The voice. So familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing? Wait, your voice. I recognize it.
Oh really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently when I called in to report it missing. You were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
Yes, I haven't seen you before. Maybe. I have a bit of, point to your head, memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
He sees me come down the stairs wearing this. It's like, yeah, he's not okay in the head. Esprit de corps. Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? I know, super weird. I guess it was kind of weird, yes. No, the whole interaction was perfectly normal. Down the stairs. Oh, we're gonna get to the closeted part here. I think that... Oh yeah, he is there. Try to get the homosexual underground. There's something we're missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy and you'll probably get laughed at, but still. I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if we're from the same station. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Look, I have to ask, are we from the same police station?
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay, yeah, probably not. I don't remember you from anywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Esprit de corps. Okay. I was clearly wrong. He's a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind, not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
There he is again, the smoker on the balcony. Right here in the whirling in rags. Hi. Hello, adjust your tie. You're here.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad at all.
wearing his clothes.
What brings you here?
Let's see, he scans you. What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
He's gonna sniff at him. He sniffs Kim at some point. I don't know when that happens, but he finds his cologne. Asks him about his cologne. Let's see. I live here. My room is right upstairs. I'm here to drink myself into oblivion. This is where I'm going to go down in history. I'm going to sing karaoke. I'm here to kick some ass and solve the case I'm working on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just go wherever life takes me.
Well, here's to you.
Yeah, that would be Harry, obviously. Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh, yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did you tell him? What did he look like? Was he alone? Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits? Let's see.
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you. Did you tell him about your friend? Let's see.
Why shouldn't he?
Did you tell him
What
about your friend?
friend?
He takes another drag of his cigarette before knitting his brows. Your Sunday friend.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military
Both.
types.
Detective. You are so muscular. Harry. Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
His earpiece?
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, do you have any other traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Thanks for the info.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
You were right. He was magical. Magically bureaucratic. I didn't like him as much as I like you. I didn't. He's a government official. I don't trust governments.
Oh, shoot. Why not?
No, Harrier Dubois Potter. You're an alcoholic wizard, Harry. Who is he? What are you? You two? Why was he staying at your place in the middle of night? I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you.
Hmm? What about me, gendarme?
About this robe I'm wearing.
You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it.
Sorting hat. I wasn't really planning on giving it back anyway, thanks. I like carrying a piece of you with me at all times. I took it to blend in. I'm undercover, you see.
Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
Let's see. Composure. 28%. What is it about the way he carries himself? +1, he's so different.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Oh, do I have anything that gives me composure? I do. Let's see. Pants. Composure, hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. He's so different. Yeah. Electrochemistry. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. I fucking knew it wasn't the alcohol or the other things. So there's a lack of magnesium in me. My magnesium level is fine. Electrochemistry, yeah. The other things. Long live the other things. Made you strong as an ox. They have. So there's a lack of magnesium? Yes. And it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. I need to mag it up. So I need to mag it sideways. You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. Endurance. 1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now. You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form? Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Electrochemistry. Just remember, it's not the alcohol, but more of that too. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine. Nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
Hi again, gendarme.
There we go. 42% now. He's just so different. No. It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All about the physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
Hi again, gendarme.
No. I want to be gay.
Hi again, gendarme.
There we go. Could he be a member of the homosexual underground? Physical instrument. Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes. Electrochemistry. This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around, become involved. Are you a part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
The smoker sits up immediately, his eyes wide and with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips.
Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to
Well, I'm gonna be
investigate?
involved. Yeah, I'm gonna investigate. Become involved, all right. Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're a part of.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday night?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
He lowers his voice conspiratorially and looks around. But why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishul have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
But I like knowing who I am. Does it have anything to do with disco? Other questions?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
Yeah, disco made me gay. The woke disco. Wokeco. I do like disco. Maybe I should get into it. No, this is not me. That much fun should be illegal.
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life aside from the fact that I like disco?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
But it would have been the perfect opportunity, but I forgot to add the Trump, you don't look gay voice line. Okay, blink. Okay, I have to think about it. This is gonna be like a 20-hour mind project for me. 20 hours at least.
Do think about it, officer.
I identify as closeted.
Absolutely wonderful.
Conceptualization. A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasm erotique afterwards. Then it may be 20 hours or more, but that would be on your own time.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
There. The homosexual underground. Temporary research bonus none. It's only 8 hours. Let's see. You see mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engaged in hushed conversations, a shadowy cabal exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales, a radical cell conspiring against the state, and perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive people? How will they accomplish their sinister and world-altering goals? And most importantly, are you one of them? You could be. Maybe you forgot. the secret gay cabal. Okay, before I do anything, I need to go back. I have to... Well, I remember, I gotta cash my check at Frit, because if I don't do it, and I forget and it turns nighttime, I won't be able to get enough money for a room.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
I need to exchange this novelty check for cash. Give her the novelty check and gain 25 real.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
Oh yeah, the free room. Actually, I can get that now on today. Let's see. She rolls up the giant novelty check. Looks like she's seen it before. Slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
Electrochemistry. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe. Does Frit have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
They just cancel each other out. Come on, give me something to work with here. This is important. As she scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Hey, you said you... Oh, you said I wouldn't want to fuck with Frit? Why?
Because Frit has an army.
Composure. She blinks at you, confused as to why you'd ask such an obvious thing. Hold on, an army? You mean like mercenaries ready to kill people?
Yeah, like 2,000 or so.
But why would Frit need an army? It's just a corner shop.
I don't know. It stops people from robbing Frit, I guess. If they know there's an army, I mean, I wouldn't want to fuck with them anyway.
Businesses often hire private security this side of the river. It's an unfortunate state of affairs, but not unheard of.
But that's what the cops are for. Yeah, good point. Actually, I had other questions as well.
You think the police, like, bother catching shoplifters? Frit polices themselves, so yeah. Anything else you wanted?
Half-Light. You better behave yourself in this Frit, or who knows what'll happen. Let's see. What's the beginning of day 3? I guess I can... Oh, I'm gonna have to do the whole, uncomfortable part of the game. But I think I'll just do that all tomorrow. That's... Oh yeah, let me call into the station about the armor.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find out more About the owner of the armored boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh, I guess that's tomorrow, I
57,
guess.
Over and out.
Oh, it's the part where you talk with Classia about the sexual assault, and it goes on for a really long time.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
And oh yeah. Well, let me, oh right, sorry about that. No, this is my thing. Keep holding the flashlight. That's the pyro talking. There is no flashlight. Can I gaslight him?
Put the flashlight away, officer. Having it is a privilege, not a right.
Okay, he doesn't like the flashlight. I had to build a boombox.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Do you have any recordings? Oh, actually, do you have any recordings of the Col de Mamadaqua?
The Col de Mamadaqua? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
I've been thinking of quitting the RCM and becoming a cryptozoologist. I have hobbies just like all normal people because I'm a normal person. I'm dressed like this. Well, I wouldn't have guessed that you know what the Col de Mamadaqua is.
That's fair. It's been a long time since my Col de Mamadaqua hunting days. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, lost touch with them after all of that.
That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Col de Mamadaqua, and he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things, so he got the rest of us to join in his search.
And did you ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Col de Mamadaqua.
And that's not very scientific. Can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
Do we really have time for this?
Spin that bird song. Yes, it's absolutely necessary for my research. No, that's okay. It's just that I heard the Col de Mamadaqua outside the whirling, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't the only one. Now let's talk about something else. Spin that
This
bird
recording
song.
comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
Also, I'll make that my stream starting music. My BRB screen. Let's see. As the hum grows louder, modulating, but always unnaturally, uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. Endurance. That's an illusion. Your breathing is just as it was and will remain that way unless you start panicking. Yeah, this is this is an amazing game. Truly fascinating. Inland Empire. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you reassuringly, just as more diverse, high-pitched sound, some random, some appearing to form a pattern, hit your eardrums. What's that?
Gulls and skewers. But
He raises his pointer finger to indicate his head toward the speakers. A new, very high-pitched, shivering sound emerges amidst the others. Hearing. That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. The low range of sound is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
you know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the cold Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
It's the Insulindian phasmid. Let's see. Rack of secondhand uniforms. Wow. Very large red t-shirt with an impressive print standout on the other garb. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. The print depicts a muscled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words Hemdall burning. Sniff the t-shirt. Oh no, it's I know I have it. Is it just all lowercase? No. Sniff. Damn it, I don't know what it. I definitely had it in the. Hold on. Exclamation point. Oh, none of my emotes are working actually. Maybe I just can't see them. I'd have to refresh my chat actually. Oh, it was actually right. Oh, I got it right the first time. Yeah, but none of my emotes were displaying. And now nothing in chat is displaying. It's broken. I've destroyed the chat. Okay, there I go. Okay, now I see it. There's the sniffer. All caps. It smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Smell. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay. But please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
Inland Empire, you're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What's he talking about? What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt?
It's the man from Hendal.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
Empathy. Their matter-of-fact tone belies their surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure in the print. I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who the man from Hemdall is, but I lost my memory recently and I need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Huh?
Just, huh? I said I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Hjelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. In fact, most people don't think that man from Hjelmdal ever really existed, but they are wrong.
Hjelmdal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
What do you mean the man from Hemdall was real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Okay.
He sounds incredulous.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
Conceptualization. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. Inland Empire. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say. Physical instrument. Stop talking about this nerd stuff. It'll make you weedy. But the damn shirt already. Buy the damn shirt already. It's powerful. How much are you selling this t-shirt for?
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then? Cool, I'll think about it.
But why?
Because I'm a broke cop, without a cent to my name. Perhaps I could repay you some other way. Some other way?
I deal in goods, not services.
Is it 2 real? Okay, I thought I'd over want to buy the t-shirt. Let's see, it's a t-shirt made from Hemdall. +1 physical instrument, +1 shivers, -2 authority. There we go. I think I'm going to have to end it there for tonight, though. It's getting really late. There we go. Good stream, though. Alright, well, thank you all very much for